Put them through the middle. Good speed. They do exactly that. It was Wilkie who put the foot down. Rapati coming through to collect. Geez, you feel bad there for the Philippines. They've done all the hard work in the first 5 touches.
Yeah, they did. Touches 1, 2, and 3. New Zealand were going nowhere, and Wilkie just picks up and gasses. And Rapati, following in style, knows his way across the try line. Takoa Rapati. And New Zealand go 1-0 up early in this first half.
So 2.5 gone. Philippines launching a raid now themselves, of course. They were humbled a little earlier in this tournament, 15-2 against Australia, but there are some good signs even with that result. Vanderwood taking off. He's out of acting half, has to find support. Links up here with Richter. Richter slowing it down. Now short release there from Cora. Back towards Richter. Found him in a bit of space, and Richter with a good hit back. We're locked up, one apiece.
And the crowd goes up for the Philippines, and what a try it is. Richter, the referee playing advantage. I thought he might have blown the whistle for an offside play. But Isaac getting the ball back. Good distribution from Cora. And just burning the Kiwi defence on the outside. Isaac Richter. A bit of a ball down too by New Zealand. So momentum the way of the Philippines. Need to stay calm, composed. What a scoreline. 1 apiece early on in the first half.
Great pressure there from Richter to force the turnover. Oh, Chadburn then had a little foot in the ruck there from Carter. She'll get the call. So chance to set up a genuine raid on this 7-metre mark. You can see here in the replay, Carter just flicking it away with the boot. So they'll start this set 15 away. Chadburn up towards the 7. Finds Vanderwood out on this right-hand side. Then back into the arms of Cora. Cora staying alive. Carter getting engaged there.
Vanderwood's been good all tournament. He's one of their go-to for attack. 58 for the Philippines.
Ooh, lovely drawing pass there from Cora as well. Bit of space out wide. Excellent coverage from New Zealand. Got there in time. Otherwise, Webster was in. Got a hat-trick in her last match. That was against Samoa.
That little pop-out play. The Philippines. Stone just getting popped by the link. The Philippines now bringing it back to the centre of the field.
Vanderwood drops it down right on the 7. Bit of a sloppy roll ball. Pinged for it. There's the turnover. Oh, he's got an issue here as well, Vanderwood. They can ill afford to lose him.
Looks like he's grabbing his sternum or his wrist. Hopefully he's just winded. Bit of an awkward collision for him. But yeah, you can see he's dangling his arm as he comes from the field.
Oh, yeah, just landing there on the elbow. So potentially a hyperextension. We saw one yesterday, of course. So New Zealand working forward. Hopefully just a burner here for Vanderwood. Keeping an eye on him here in the sideline. Medical staff attending to him. That was sloppy from New Zealand. They got away with it, though. Last one brought up. 1 try apiece. Lovely ball out the back. Catch and pass. That's gorgeous from New Zealand. Katene goes in the corner, but that passive out the back, something to behold.
How about the ball speed and ball placement? Absolutely ripped out to the link. Great catch. Great take it was by New Zealand. Kira Fisher just snatching it out of the air and then putting Destiny Katene over the line. New Zealand back in front, 2 tries to 1.
So Philippines marching forward about 15 metres into enemy territory. Taramaya Remo keeps it alive, played there by Langsford. Back out to this right-hand side. As they come up towards the 7, Antonio drops it down, still there as an option. They'll float it over his head. They'll send it wide. Last one brought up. So no strike dump to work with. Antonio, though, will try and conjure up something with the flick pass. That one hits the deck. They've only really worried them on the one occasion, the Philippines, but 2 tries to 1. They'd still be pretty happy with this start.
It seems Antonio Vidal has also picked up an injury, the 15 for the Philippines. You can see him at top of screen, clutching at the pec. Hopefully it's a burner for him as well.
Big contact then there as well from Antonio. New Zealand come up through the middle. Last one brought up. Carter takes off. Carter with plenty of speed, looking for Katene once again. She's free, and he finds her. A double in quick succession for Destiny. I have a little chat here, but I think this one is going to be all clear. Oh, hang on. We're coming back, so no try for Katene.
Penalty for a hard touch off the ball. So you can see she just pushes away from the Filipinas defender. Yeah, and a penalty given to the Philippines. Back on the attack now.
Very well spotted from the refereeing contingent. It's up over halfway they go now. Richter carting it forward once again. Vanderwood has recovered, but unfortunately can't recover that little bobble. And there is the turnover. So after 7 minutes, New Zealand still in front 2-1. They'll get marched as well here. So Carter will start things just shy of the halfway mark.
It's good to see that Vanderwood's come back into the play. I know he came up with an error there, but good to see him back on. Obviously just a burner. Either to the arm, the bicep, the shoulder. But now New Zealand in good field position.
So now Wilkie bring it forward. Emerging as an option once again. Winiana linking with him. Nice high press though from the Philippines. All little juggle there again from Wilkie. Now Rapati. Wilkie at speed. Has options out the back. Sends it that way. But a nice little jam in from out wide there. It was Vera who made a good read. Applied the pressure. Ball comes free. Philippines carting it forward. Vanderwood, good metres from him once again. 15 in fact.
Great metres.
Up towards halfway now. Over that mark goes Chadburn. Fast play the ball from her. Chadburn staying alive in the play. Drops it down 4 deep into this count. Richter, short delivery. Then for Kaylin Chadburn. Now Richter having a little look at the line. Takes off. Good speed. Finds a pass. Great ball from Richter. Oh, they're going to say ball down.
What a play from the Philippines. Unfortunately, ball does go to ground. But Richter into the back line. It was an early pass to the link, and I think it was the correct decision because New Zealand are so good at marking up on the attacking players humming through. Unfortunately, ball going to ground, but great signs from the Philippines.
I've had them worried a few times now. They've come away with 1 try. Here it is again on the replay. Richter scooping, taking it right to the try line. Deciding not to push deeper in. Yeah, there's a little separation before that ball hits the deck. So another good call from the referees. Philippines come up towards halfway now. Vera finding a short ball, followed up there by Jacob Richter. Now a nice little charge from Aria Chadburn. Followed up by Taramai Remo. Then for Langsford. Antonio taking off. Good speed from him. Trying to get around the outside of Masilla, but that's a good touch there from Quinn Masilla.
The 2 things that have caused New Zealand concern early on is that pop-out play from the Philippines. They set up like they're going to dump the ball, and then at the last moment, the person who looks like they're going to go dummy half steps to the side, and it's a late pop. They've got them twice now, so I'm keen to see if the Philippines go back to that attacking platform.
Great read there from Antonio, shooting out of the line, making the touch. Last one brought up. Carter with a bit of speed. Carter with more than just a bit of speed. Really burns them, waits for support, finds it in the form of Shaquille Stone. And now for the first time in this match, New Zealand have some breathing room. 3-1 the score.
Again, we saw it earlier in the first half, just picking up about 30 metres out and gassing through. It's Harry Carter on this occasion and finding Stone back on the inside. Good foot speed across the park. Both Philippines and New Zealand showing how fast and athletic the players are. World-class level here in Mudgee.
Cora trumps it down. Vanderwood back to Richter. Richter with good footwork. Nearly beat them back on the inside. They were slipping and sliding, New Zealand. Vanderwood delivers now once again. For Isaac Richter, waiting for his chance to strike. Vanderwood goes away from Richter. Oh, great footwork from Vanderwood. Now, was that slapped down? That's the question there for Wilkie, and it was played at. So another set to work with here for the Philippines. Watch for this combination here between Vanderwood, Richter, and Cora. Here is the latter going straight for them. A beautiful dive from Richter. Stretches out, gets another one back. They're not going away here, the Philippines.
You saw Vanderwood's footstep the play before. Stop-start. He actually put defenders on their ankles. They were on ice skates. It was this here. You could see him all over the shop, and that was what got Philippines 6 again. And it was a splitter for Richter. Isaac, that is, straight through the middle, and the Philippines hit back. It's now 3 tries to 2 in favour of New Zealand.
Double now for Richter as well as New Zealand come on the attack. Oh, change of emphasis. What a pass, what a finish as well. Tiptoeing down the sideline. Well, Tiro is going to come out of this a little worse for wear, but that is a spectacular finish. Trapeze artist stuff. Some real concern. Have a look at it again. The quick switch and then floating a pass over the top from Kurakanga. Oh, how good is that? Tiptoe down the sideline.
After a good try, let's hope she's okay. Could be a little dislocation of the finger. It's happened a number of times to a player that we've seen diving for the corner. She's tough, though. She'll be back.
We saw Vanderwood, of course, have an injury earlier in this match. He has since returned. Hopefully the same situation for Tiro, who's out on the sideline at the moment. Isaac Richter linking with Cora. It's where they've got to be watchful, New Zealand. Richter once again. Out for Vanderwood. Bouncing around this 7, drops it down. Last one brought up Isaac Richter, then stops, starts, flings it wide. Easily marked, though, by Mariana Winiana. 4-2 it remains. We've had 12 and a half minutes played. That's really gone along in a flash. As Carter comes storming onto it. And Shaquille Stone was looking to march forward, but there was a number of offside defenders there.
Yeah, I was going to say they were up in New Zealand's face quite quickly. New Zealand did have a good roll on. But New Zealand touched one on halfway. Dishing it back on the inside for a good go forward now.
Nice little recycle of the footy. Taylor took the meters on offer. Gets it back now. Once again here for Wilkie. Wilkie then Rapati. Now looking for Wilkie. Not a great delivery, unfortunately, from Taylor. That was right down by the bootlaces.
Yeah, not a good pass there, unfortunately. But Philippines now. Good drive here on touch 2 for the Philippines as they come left to their substitution box. See if they run that pop-out play. They were causing New Zealand grief in the first half. Let's see if they can run it again.
Lovely quick release once again as they take the meters on offer now through Langsford, and they'll get the penalty as well. Golden chance here for the Philippines. 4-2 the score if you're just joining us. New Zealand in front, but this has been a good battle. Spot in the big dance awaiting the winner. Now Mather out to this right-hand side. Met there by 2 defenders. Short delivery to Jacob Richter once again. Mather. Nice cycling of the footy, keeping it alive, drawing up those defenders. Quick play the ball, Chadburn. Jacob Richter this time. Isaac's got a double. Jacob would love one as well. Just denied on this occasion. It was a very good touch in the end.
How good's his footwork, though?
Wilkie.
Look at how fast he gets down to the ground. Bang! I tell you what, that's really close. Referee on the mark.
Oh, Richter finding a pass there for Chadburn. I'll tell you what, had he taken it cleanly, he was every chance to go in. They will get a penalty, though.
Yeah, just look at the skill. Yeah, if he took it cleanly while running an unders line, he was crossing for all money. But Philippines now gifted a fresh set on the 7.
And Isaac Richter rejoining the action, so they've got to be wary here, New Zealand. The 2 Richter boys working together. Quick release for Chadburn, who finds herself in the middle. Isaac Richter not receiving it on that occasion. Strong touch from New Zealand. Delivered by Chadburn. Now to Jacob. Isaac then following up. Chadburn once again. Quick release. Oh, he had the chance there to just dig into the end zone.
Good defence by Winiana, the left-hand link for New Zealand, and a crucial error. Not playing the ball correctly signals the referee, so chance gone begging for the Philippines. 4-2 still the scoreline. 5 minutes to play. New Zealand just with a bit of breathing room as they looked to get into Philippines half now.
Kira Fisher with a couple of good runs in this set so far. Carts it forward, and now Masilla followed up by Kurukanga. Kurukanga trying to just squeeze through a very narrow gap, but once again, really well shut down by Richter, who's, we know how good he is with ball in hand, but he's such a strong defender as well.
Yeah, we know how fast they are. If you're going to try and burn him short side, it's going to take a lot of speed. Kurukanga just getting chased down by Richter. As the Philippines now turn their sights on attack. Very lateral on this set, unfortunately, from the Philippines, and that's 5th and last. And New Zealand now going to be able to get the ball in good field position, go through their attacking process.
Ended up being easy pickings for Broadhurst and co, jamming in and stifling that momentum for the Philippines. That's only midway through the count now for New Zealand. They'll definitely get a crack at the line. Stone, Carter, saw them slipping, sends it wide, takes full advantage of that sliding defence. Winiana on the spot. That might just be the straw that breaks the camel's back here in the first half. They're out to a 3-try buffer.
Yeah, Winiana making it look too easy in the corner. Great pass from New Zealand over the top of the collapsing Philippines defence. Extending the lead. 5 tries to 2 now in favour of New Zealand. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the first half.
A good carry here from Aria Chadburn, followed up by Vanderwood. Vanderwood about 10 metres away. Richter stopping on the run. looking for that penalty. Not forthcoming at the moment. Cora, Richter, floats a pass. Oh, beautiful ball. It deserved to be finished. Aria Chadburn just couldn't reel it in, but there's nothing more Richter could have done. They'll get another set, but what a peach of a sinker.
It was perfect. It was just sitting there. She probably wasn't even expecting it because it came so cleanly. As we see, to now have another dive at the line. Stopped there by New Zealand. But yeah, sometimes the ball comes to you so cleanly, you don't even expect it to be that perfect of a pass. Oh, it just slips through Chadburn's fingers. But here we are, Philippines back on the attack.
Vanderwood, Richter once again. Oh, what about the one-handed scoop? That is a thing of beauty. Jacob Richter plucks it out like it was a bindi from the foot and says, here you go, to his brother. And Isaac now has a third try.
Jacob takes off short side, doesn't even look. It's a one-handed pickup. No look pass back on the inside to Isaac. And that's icing on the cake for the Philippines. You can tell how good they are when they run direct at the line. They love to take off short, the Philippines boys, through the Richter brothers. You can tell every time they got the ball in hand, they're so dangerous.
Now Masila floating a pass out wide, plenty of space, and once again, well finished here from Katena. Destiny goes in for a double in this first half, just as they clawed it back here, the Philippines. New Zealand out to another 3-try advantage, 6-3.
Kind of in slow motion, wasn't it? From New Zealand. Picked up, dummy the open side. Come back short to Katene in the corner. She just adds another one to her tally. Scored plenty here at Mudgee in the Asia Pacific Touch Cup. Destiny Katene playing well for New Zealand, with the Philippines giving the ball back to New Zealand.
Turnover on play one. Hardly what the coach called for. Shooting out of the line there was Cora. Not called for a penalty though. Crucial set now for the Philippines to hold out just before the break, and they'll get the result here. So a turnover with a minute to go. If they could get another one on the board, 6-4 is a very realistic opportunity for them to go on with it in the second. Now Vanderwood down the sideline with a bit of speed, hop and a skip, and the finish. They're going to come back though. There wasn't much in it. Vanderwood, if he hadn't been caught back towards halfway, he did enough to get the finish. Ooh,
that's
geez.
A great touch by New Zealand. And again, a double on the hat. Got himself. Vanderwood touching himself on Rowlandson's hat.
So now Philippines still with a chance though. Richter turns it back on the inside. Snapped off though from New Zealand. Away goes Rowlandson. Rowlandson finds a bit of support. Carter hopping a skip. Gets away from the chasers. And he'll quite literally moonwalk his way into the end zone. And will spend the rest of the time in this half counting down the clock to pick up a 7th try for New Zealand.
It was a great attacking raid by the Philippines down the left-hand side, trying to catch the New Zealand defence off guard. And as they got down into the attacking line, it was Nathan Rowlandson just plucking it out of the air. As we check the replay, look at the outstretched effort just on the boot. Must have clicked the studs. Vanderwood touching himself here on Rowlandson's head.
It was like watching Mario jumping over all the turtles and the Goombas.
I know, Nathan Rowlandson plucking it out of the link channel. Harry Carter evading the Philippines chase down, and as you said, walking across the line. Counting down the moments, the end of the first half, and good tries from both sides, New Zealand and the Philippines.
Well, that's a huge moment in the context of this game. Philippines with all the momentum, marching downfield, a chance to make it 6-4. Instead, 2-try turnaround, 7-3. So a bit of work to be done here in the second half. The Philippines have shown some glimpses of real class, but they're up against one of the heavyweights of world touch football. Can they produce a miracle fight back in the second half? We'll find out in just a moment. Their way back out here at Mudgee for the Asia Pacific Opens Touch Cup. Elimination footy. New Zealand in control, 7-3, but crucial moment just before the break in play. Philippines on the attack, a length of the field intercept, giving New Zealand that 4-try buffer. Could have easily gone the other way, though. They did have space, the Philippines, on that right-hand edge. I think 7-3 probably isn't a true reflection of how close this match has been.
Well, New Zealand are a world-class side, but the Philippines did have them worried a few times, I think, the New Zealand defence. As we saw the Philippines come onto the field twice. They got them with a little bump-out play, showing their foot speed to Jacob Richter and Isaac Richter. We saw them working together. They scored a magnificent try. It was Jacob picking up the ball with his right hand, taking off the short side, making the New Zealand defence chase him. Then they dished it back on the inside to Isaac Richter. Bit of icing on the cake. But how good Ropati been in this match, as well as Destiny Kartane. We spoke about her in the first half. She has scored so many tries. Let's hope Theodore is actually okay after that finger injury. She scored a great touchdown. Great try in the corner. Yeah, I haven't seen her re-emerge from the sideline, so hopefully she's getting some treatment on that finger ahead of some finals footy tomorrow.
So final checks here before we get underway for the second half. You'd imagine it would be crucial for the Philippines to score first. 7-3 the score, 20 minutes to try and sort it out. They were tight early on in this contest at 3-2. Also 5-3 a little bit later in the half, but New Zealand getting those last two tries of the first 20 minutes gives them this good little buffer at the moment. So Masila now works it forward. Scooped up there from Kurukanga, and then for Broadhurst, trying to dance around one defender. Picked off in the end, though. 7 metres away. Kurukanga back here to Masila. Once more, he stays alive in the play. Won't be called upon on this occasion. Broadhurst was there for an eternity, waiting for a return ball there from Katene. But Philippines, nice sliding defence. They shut down the play. So a chance to carry up through the middle now for the Philippines. Another good run here. A few players down. They cross that halfway threshold. Chad Byrne getting involved as well. Now nice straightening effort. Last one brought up, though. Antonio taking off, trying to use his speed. Well, that was cynical, thrown directly into Kurukanga, who was simply standing still. If you're not making a play at it up in the channel like that, you're never going to get the call.
Yeah, we need to see Vidal Antonio. We saw how fast he comes out of half, just to pin his ear back and gas. But there needs to be a good strike dump for him, a nice 4-on-3 platform or a middle platform for him to take off and burn short side. He's very fast. But now New Zealand back on the attack.
Quick roll ball, Wilkie off the back of it, trying to capitalise. Speaking of off the back, that has hit the back of a defender there for the Philippines, but he was still moving up into that lane, and as a result, that one is called as a set restart here for New Zealand.
He's got a peach of a pass to Sean Wilkie. We saw a beautiful passive pass from him left to right in the first half. He was aiming for a passive play there.
Here's Taylor now, Rapati. Oh, that one has come out of the fingertips of Wilkie into the head of the Philippines. So that's a good little win there defensively for the Filipinos.
Yeah, great defence by the Philippines, with New Zealand having two sets on their line. And the Philippines able to hold them out on both occasions. So there must have been some good talk at halftime from the Philippines contingent, letting them know that they're still in it. I know it's 7 tries to 3 in favour of New Zealand, but a couple more here.
Oh, Vanderwood finds a lovely pass, then back through the middle. They've split them. Once again, it's Richter. He's got all 4 for the Philippines.
What a setup. Vanderwood taking them short, cracking back quickly off the right foot, and just making them split New Zealand's defence. Fisher unable to collapse in on Richter, and you're right, scored 4 of the Philippines' tries. That's miraculous from Isaac.
Went close to getting another one as well in that first half. Could have had 5. It's now Carter. Short delivery. Shaquille Stone back to Carter. The dancing feet. That was an interesting goose step. Carter once again navigating down a short side. Rips a bullet ball out wide. Katene certainly claiming the try and will collect. It's a hat-trick for her.
Philippines just missing the mark on that one. It's a rip of a pass. It was Harry Carter out to Katene. just missed her on the leg. Great put down, though. Destiny Cartene, the ability to get the ball out of the air. A flying pass from Harry Carter, and then granting the one motion. Pretty incredible stuff.
So 8-4 the score. Vanderwood tore them apart the last time they were down here. Working once again with that man who's been reaping all the rewards. Richter floated wide. Chadburn, quick release. Richter once again. Heavy touch there from New Zealand. Vanderwood floating about through the middle. Now Richter trying to set sail towards the try line. Back to Vanderwood. All collapsing quickly. Was Broadhurst ever back on side? No, he wasn't. Made the touch. And they will get another set here, the Philippines.
Well, great setup from the Philippines. Sucking them across to the right. Giving it back to the middle of the field. And what that did, that brought up both the link and the defensive middle of New Zealand. Stepping back to the short side. And Vanderwood trying to quickie step back. But the Richters now.
Oh, Richter sending a beautiful pass over the top. Jacob this time. Oh, a little dummy. And I think nearly Webster finding a passage through. They just got the touch in time. Cartene it was who made it. Vanderwood, Jacob Richter now finding Isaac. 4 tries so far for him. Jacob hopping in an acting half. Vanderwood looking for his moment to strike. Isaac then pops a very nonchalant ball over the top. Vanderwood, Jacob. Didn't link up with Isaac on this occasion. Found a good pass there for Webster. Had she taken it cleanly, it was a definite try. So 8-4 it remains. New Zealand continue to cart it forward. Broadhurst marching up towards halfway. Taylor follows suit. Wilkie, Ropati. Wilkie once again. Good carry. Now delivers deep here for Taylor. Has the running of things. Turns it back to the middle. Great ball, that one. Finds Wilkie once again. Space once more for Cartene. Cartene stepping off the right. Comes back towards the middle. Nothing Vanderwood could do. That is from the top shelf from New Zealand.
Well, that's perfect from New Zealand, isn't it? How good a footy is that to watch? They come from the right of the field all the way across to the left. And then it's just a quick ball movement of New Zealand. And how about the right foot whack from Destiny Cartene back on the inside. And that's 4 tries for Cartene.
Well, she's going tit for tat here with Richter. They've both got 4. 9-4 the score, though. So Isaac has all the tries for the Philippines. Now, Taramai Remo working forward. Antonio also back into the action. Waving his teammates away. Wants a little bit of space. Drop down once again. Ooh. Strong touch there from Carter. Antonio takes off all the flick passes right into the arms of Rollinson. And now Carter can roll forward and he can run. Puts on the afterburners. Good luck catching him in and away. Carter toying with them. Will get it to the line. Has to link up and find support. Did so, but only just. It was reeled in, I think, from Stone in the end, who had to dive toward the line. But Carter with the dancing feet.
Well, there's no point making it too easy for him. He has to work for the try. So Carter throwing it at Stone's ankles, making him work for the try. Nothing comes easy at this level. And Carter stepping away, you can already see the smile on his face and making Stone work. He has to dive for it. Great chase. Shaquille Stone, a lot of players would have given up, but him backing up. Harry Carter, great to see. Good play from New Zealand.
10-4, big buddy. That's the score here. Now Richter wrapping around Jacob Richter. Broadhurst, I don't know if he ever got the 2 feet back on the line. He's got an issue now with one of his feet. They've been dropping like flies, unfortunately, in this game. Broadhurst will exit out the back. So roughly 13 to go. Another try here would just give them the slightest glimmer of hope, but I don't think they can afford to concede any more, Jackson.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not too bad for Preston Broadhurst as well. He's just sitting off the back behind the try line.
Oh, Richter once again. Had a look at the line. Big stretch from him. Trying to snag a 5th. Chadburn, Richter. Floating it back over the top once again. Isaac Richter then linking with Kalen Chadburn. Good read from Wilkie. Jammed in. He's up in the line once again. Oh, awkward roll ball there. Richter just getting his feet in the way. A messy ruck. And there is the turnover.
Yeah, just a little drop ball. It is getting a bit wet out there. Bit of dew on the ball. They become very slippery, particularly under the lights here in Mudgee. Temperature drops quite significantly. You've seen the flags in the background. There's no wind at all. It's actually perfect conditions for nighttime footy. And New Zealand now with a good drive.
Nice one brought up. Carter digging deep into the line. Oh, and then the Falcon back towards him. Ropati found him snug on the nose.
He could have just gone himself.
Oh, there we go. So it's a cell Falcon in the end from Carter. He got little fingertips to it. I think you're right, though. If Ropati just puts the foot down, he probably scores. Up over halfway comes the Philippines. Jacob Richter now with a nice quick roll ball.
Good hit too.
Chadburn with a little show and go. Nice straight run on this occasion from Mather. Strong contact from Carter. Cora doesn't like it. Will backpedal. And there it is for that strong contact.
That's a tough call, I think. I think Carter's done well to get his body in a good position. But a much smaller man of Mathers squares him up. I think it should be play on.
Cora short now for Vanderwood, going directly at Taylor. Thought he may have been offside. Just got back in time. So Vanderwood will take it to the 7. Taylor stepping up. Cora floating a pass back over the top. Taylor working overtime. Carter once again, really.
See, if you're going to penalise it, be consistent. There should be another penalty.
Well, that was probably harder than the first one. Vanderwood now drops it down. Chadburn back to Vanderwood, threatening. Carter tried to get him, couldn't get there in time. And Vanderwood comes up, trumps. 10-5 the score. Still got 10 to go. Anything is possible, but beautiful work from Vanderwood.
Well, how good would that feel from Vanderwood? Carter put 2 strong shots on in that defensive set from New Zealand, and Vanderwood having the last laugh on that occasion. Reducing the deficit to 5 now from the Philippines. 10 minutes left in the second half. There's plenty of time to cause some chaos here for the Philippines.
Must get a stop here, though. Broadhurst has recovered from his injury. Ball in hand now. Just losing his footing as he was approaching the line. They've kept him under wraps. As Masila waits at acting half. Kurokanga through the middle. Bouncing off the left. Masila taking off once again. Now hits passive for Broadhurst. Oh, dancing feet. He did stretch out. Was short of the line regardless. Philippines will now get on with things very quickly. Antonio cutting it for. That's a good run. As is the follow-up. So 2 plays down, up towards halfway, and they'll cross that threshold off the back of the third. I must say, I think they were a little unlucky there, the Philippines, not to get a penalty. New Zealand was struggling to roll back.
Yeah, you could hear the calls as well coming from the crowd, letting the officials know they think that New Zealand were offside. You're probably right, just a few steps in front of the referees. But now New Zealand back on the attack. They got Kurokanga, Carter's strong, and Stone sweeping round.
Carter now, little dummy, takes off to this right-hand side. Genuine chance for New Zealand. Oh, found it, but couldn't find the finish. Kurokanga probably made it far more difficult than it needed to be. I don't really think he needed the little hop up into the air. 10-5 it remains, so they're not done yet.
He's gone to the box for a HIA, I reckon. Kurokanga after landing on his head. See, he made it difficult for himself, didn't he? Ball slipping through his hands. He just ended up in a very awkward position.
Speaking of awkward, the Philippines there with a couple of very rash passes that could have easily been picked off or dropped either way. Another strong touch there, this time from Rowlandson. That was on Aria Chadburn. Rowlandson again just playing with fire with some of these touches that he's making. Now Mather takes off. Mather with speed. Oh, late little switch, but it's probably a little bit too quick for Chadburn to latch onto it.
Yeah, he kind of just ran out of room as well. There's so much speed there to burn from Dean Mathers. Yeah, just running into the sideline. No real option from the Philippines. Would like to see Mathers be a little bit more direct. What a dummy from New Zealand.
Oh, and then a little juggle there as well from Stone. It was Huera that came up with that beautiful little dummy. It's now Taylor. Can't take full advantage of it. Sloppy roll ball there. That time it was from Rapati. So they come out to this right-hand side. Meters on offer now for Langsford. Followed up with a good carry there from Mathers. And then straightening is Isabel Fish. Richter back into the action. Only Jacob, though, along with Vanderwood. Jacob Richter having a look and finding a gap. Stretches out 10-6. They get another one back here. The margin 4, and with plenty of time on the clock.
Well, if you look at the second half scoreline, it's actually 3-3. So the Philippines matching it really well with New Zealand. You can see the pink boot pod coming on from New Zealand. They're going to look to hit back here. Kutakanga, Carter, and also Masilla. But yeah, nervous signs for New Zealand.
Broadhurst now up towards the 7. They get another stop here, the Philippines. They'll start to believe. Ooh, and then a little pass that was popped back towards the middle. I think that's a fair enough call. They were up very quickly, the Philippines. Kutakanga, though, he won't be looking to rush this. He'll try and eat up all the time on the clock, but also a little bit of patience in the play. Look for the right moment to strike. That one was touched in flight again, so another restart. Kutakanga gets it back once again, straightening, going for the line and finding it. Beautiful play from Kutakanga. Rapid footwork, collapsed quickly, stretches out and makes it 11-6.
Just watch the left foot of Pokaiawa Kutakanga. Here he goes into the line, and wow, what a whack, splitting the two middles of the Philippines. As casually as you like as well after scoring that. Strutting his stuff. Pokaiawa has some good content on the old gram too. PK, nicknamed Chops. Standout player for this New Zealand Mixed Opens contingent side. As the Philippines now back on the attack.
The Philippines, if they can get one back here, they'll be resigned to the bronze medal playoff. New Zealand just about having booked their place in the grand final. You'd imagine that would be up against Australia based on their form so far. Hopping a skip here from Vanderwood, trying to get away from defenders. Flinging a pass out to this right-hand side. He'll probably be penalised for that. Yes, he will be. So they're going to say he intentionally killed that well and truly outside the boundary of play. So 11-6, 5 to go. They basically have to score every set from this point to force the drop-off, the Philippines.
Do you really think that was thrown on purpose, James? Even though it ended up in row Z. But yeah, you're exactly right. Philippines, time working against them now, and New Zealand will try and suffocate them in the last 5 minutes here in Mudgee. And look at the foot speed here coming on from New Zealand with vengeance.
Great drive from Taylor. Now Wilkie floating a pass. The attempted tip on there from Rapati. Just couldn't quite get enough with the fingertips on it. Otherwise it would have arrived there for Winiana, who's looking for a second.
See, that should nearly be a guaranteed try from New Zealand. You're coming on with so much momentum going forward. The Philippines are rolling back. They're on the back foot. You pick up from half. You have three options, basically. You need to be executing at this level. Particularly, as you mentioned, they're probably going to be booking themselves a grand final spot against Australia, going down to them by quite some margin earlier on this afternoon in the Anzac Day Trans-Tasman test. But tomorrow, needs to be a bit better from New Zealand.
Now Chadburn taking off, finding some space and linking up, this time with Jacob Richter. We know that Isaac's got 4, but Jacob now adds his name to the scorers list, 11-7. Well, do you believe in miracles? It's going to be a very big one if it happens, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Really good setup from the Philippines. Chadburn just burning his way through, splitting the middles nicely. And it is Jacob Richter following himself in. That's exactly the position where he should be. As soon as he played it, he needed to follow his man, Chadburn, into the in-goal. Doing exactly that.
Now Masilla linking up with Kutakanga. Again, the dancing feet coming out to play. Quinn Masilla shifting it out now for Broadhurst. Broadhurst bouncing around. Quick release. Kutakanga threatening. Finds a good ball, and that will do it. There's the final nail in the coffin. Quinn Masilla pushing through a nice hole. Kutakanga, the lovely bit of play, and that will do it for the Kiwis.
A lot of pink boots out there. The pink boot pod doing what they do best, scoring tries. Kutakanga off his left, back inside to Masilla. Good set up by Broadhurst as well.
So 2.5 to go, 12-7. That will do it here for New Zealand. They have shared the love as well. Katene has got 4 tries, but outside of that, it's been everybody else picking up one here and there. Vanderwood, however, will get a double now as he went directly at the line. It's been a really good second half from the Philippines.
Yeah, look how excited they are after this try. The crowd going up with them as well. And Vanderwood, both Richters, Chadburn, they've been very strong. They should be extremely proud. And listen to the crowd here.
They're enjoying every second of this, the Filipinos. Now up and about. I'll enjoy the final couple of minutes here Big playoff, you'd imagine, against Samoa for that bronze medal. Kurokanga working with Quinn Masila. Once again, Kurokanga finding a little pass, and then Masila couldn't help himself. Ball goes to ground. So 12-8. Can they get one more consolation try on the board here? They've got to go the best part of 50 metres. Oh, that's not a good play there from the Philippines. It'll hit the deck, and New Zealand will threaten them once again.
No, I don't mind it from Jacob Richter, just trying something different. Minute left on the clock, why not throw it round?
And Kurokanga for Broadhurst from range. Good effort. Stopped there, though, by Richter. So exactly 60 seconds remaining now.
That was a close one too, Broadhurst. I know they're up by 4, but he crosses the line like that. Man, I'd love to have another look at that one.
Oh, Masila. Lovely ball then out for Herrera. He's pulled up a little bit lame from that, Masila as well. Yeah, he's gone straight to the sideline with a fair bit of a limp there. Let's take a look at the replay, see if anything happens. That's Broadhurst beforehand. Jeez, it is a good effort.
Yeah, I reckon he's crossed easy for a try there. Philippines escape with one, and a good drive here inside the final 30 seconds. Can they come up with something special, the Philippines?
Vanderwood down a short side and wants exactly that. There's the flick pass for Richter. Now claiming it got a touch in between. And they will get their claim here. So one final chance, 10 seconds to play. Might need to look to set up that strike dump and then have a crack. Cora, though, it's all very lateral, so they'll have to go now. 1 second remaining. Oh, he just got it in time. Vanderwood over the top, finds a good pass. New Zealand won't let them have any joy, though. Winiana shuts down the space, and that brings to an end a very entertaining contest. New Zealand booked their place in the grand final, 12-8 over the Philippines.
Great game by the Philippines as well. Questioned New Zealand's defensive line early on in the fixture, but New Zealand, as always, they're a world-class side. The difference is 4, 12 tries to New Zealand, 8 to the Philippines, and some good runaways too in open pasture from the New Zealanders. This is a great try too, putting Stone under absolute amount of pressure. Now making him work for it. It's great to see, but how about Vanderwood's footwork close to the line, as well as Jacob Richter, Isaac Richter. Isaac picking up 4 tries for the Philippines. As for the New Zealanders, Destiny Cartonet also with 4 on the board, and Kurokanga, what a try it is.
Well, he was sensational in the second half, Kurokanga, and they really needed someone to step up and just make sure that buffer was maintained. He was the man to do it. So in the end, New Zealand booking their berth in the grand final in the mixed open.